And we can just dance the night away until we get no more. I'll shake all the hurt away so you can feel and forget who you used to be. For just tonight, could you just dance the night away?
Okay. So we'll go see about delivering this thing. But yeah, like I said, if he's kind of someone... Also, I'm going to change out you. And I'm going to add him. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to add... Oh, Mox is already level 20, so I don't have to worry about that. Cause... There. And I'll bring him back. The reason, and I'll just shift out Cause with the other guy. I want him to get leveled up. So that he's farther up. Tell you the truth, I've been following. She's been up to no good. She was meeting with the War Marshal and she went to... okay. Who's talking? That's what I want to know. Is it you over here? You're telling me that Armory General is making deals with our enemies? That one of the war, is a traitor? These are serious allegations. Yes, and more than that, she's talking about calling something called Nightfall, and accusing a general is a very dangerous thing, little girl. You better be certain your information about your information, or I know what I saw. I found their meeting place with the horses and the keys, and I'm not leaving until you listen to me. I can't have you barking dogs yapping about general time to neglect this matter. Okay. Sorry, I was reading and then something got caught my eye. There we go, eyelash. Report to duty. Okay, so yeah, he's being a stickler and not actually. We'll see. We'll see real quick. What he says. There's more protecting us than steel and spells. Yeah. You see this barbarian girl? She's been making some wild-eyed accusations about the good war marshal's favorite general. We could have we can't have rumors like this spreading, so it's your job to indulge her. Meet her and keep her busy and quiet. I don't want any unpleasantry with Cormiers. Okay, so here's the thing. That interaction right there, he was a little harsh with her. I do agree. But the way he talked to us about it actually didn't make me feel as unsafe. Because to me, it made it sound like he was just being rough with her to kind of make it seem like, oh, there's nothing's wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Go check. Go check to see if everything is cool. Because if it's not cool, I need you to do something about it. You know what I mean? It really depends on what he's gonna do when I go and find something or don't find something. If I find something and his first reaction is, oh crap, we better do something, then I know he's legit. And the other guy is just being overly cautious because his attitude can come off as, a lot. And if he's just a dick, then we know he's probably one of the traitors, or he's blinded by his hatred, which I can't respect, right? I can't respect somebody who... Oh, it's all right down here. I can't respect somebody who's so blinded by their own, hatred that they can't see, the bigger picture, right? And don't get me wrong, I've also been in that position, so it's a very human thing to have happen. I've been in blind, hatreds for games and other things, as a small topic. And it blinds you from what's really in front of you. And that's not a good thing. It is what it is in the matter. But sorry, I was looking to see about another... Do we have there's the hunter. I always expect to see archer instead of hunter, not that. I mean, it's the same thing, but it just doesn't register in my brain as that. I picture hunter just being someone who, kills animals for a living, not people. I don't think manhunting Hey, Kim. Thanks for streaming, listening as they work. Okay, hopefully it's something interesting. I swear they are here. We're here. Where did they go? No, you don't believe me. They're going to. They were going this way. Let's proceed. Maybe we'll find a clue. Yeah, maybe. I mean, couldn't be worse. Couldn't be an issue really. We'll do what we can do. But yeah, like sometimes when you let blinding anger block rationality and essentially what the results, that's a problem. So I'm hoping he doesn't try to be like, oh well, Cormier's just bad, therefore everything that no one else could do no wrong, but Cormier does everything wrong. Because that's the thing, right? Whether you like Cormier or any character for that matter, you can't go around saying, oh, well, they're all just evil because I don't like them. I always hated that. It's so petty. I had lots of girl friends in high school that were like that. Like, I did have male friends like that, but they were very rare. A lot of the female friends I had were more into that thing of, like, pettily hating people just because they disliked their personality, right? The amount of times I had a girl come up to me that was my friend being like, Stacy's just a jerk. I don't like Stacy. And I'm like, what does Stacy do? Like, why did you dislike Stacy? Well, she was funny. And I'm like, that's not a reason. I had one of my friends complained about the Stacy being too smart. God forbid another woman be so smart. Like, I love my friend, but she was average intelligence. For sure, because I'm average intelligence, theoretically. Average for a special ed kid. But, like, she was average. Like, she made good grades. She could get into college if she wanted to, that kind of thing. She wasn't stupid. But this girl was, like, wanting to go to, like, a big college. She had, like, plans, And so she was working hard to get there. So she was definitely a more, like, smart kid because she was pushing herself to do it. My friend was just kind of coasting. She didn't want to, like, do college, so that's why she was kind of coasting, to be fair. Like, my friend became successful, so, she just didn't do anything crazy. She didn't go to become a doctor like the other girl did. But she'd come up to me and complaining about how dare she be so smart. And I'm just like, it's a crime to be smart now? But it's because she didn't like the girl. It's because what stemmed that was that she, I want to see if they'll pass by, but I think they're going to end up attacking us. But, screw it. I want the chest, and they're in the way. But, like, what stemmed it was that my friend was having a crush on a guy in our class, and he liked the other girl more. So, like, they seemed to get along more. They never dated, those two didn't. Because the other girl was like, I don't have time for boys. I got things to do. She had priorities. But, like, if she had chose to date, she definitely would have dated him. And my friend didn't like that. It was a jealousy thing. That's absolutely wild. Well, I mean, she didn't do anything. She just was mouthing, and she was just like, and then I said, that's not a good enough excuse to, like, be mad at someone. And she's like, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to have, jealousy for some reason, yeah. She was like, you're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to be in my corner. And I said, sweetie, I'm your friend. I'm not your pep rally. Look, there are pieces of maps from Cormier's coin with file. Oh, pick it up. Okay, yeah. I am not your pep team. I'm not here to blow smoke up your butt about how great you are. Without, good standing. And don't get me wrong, my friend was cool. She, but like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like shitting on a girl who's. I will gladly sit there and smack talk with people if I don't like the girl with good reasons. Like, okay, we had one girl, for instance, who was a bully, and she bullied every girl that was in the class because she had a power trip kind of issue. Okay, we're gonna go back up here. Is that what it said? Yeah. She had a power trip. She liked to bully other girls and stuff because most girls wouldn't fight her back. That was it. Right? And that's not the right way to handle things, obviously. But we all assume she had a hard life at home, but we don't actually know. To be fair, she wasn't there for very long. But her attitude made her not likable. And she was because the girls would invite her over to sleepovers, they would be nice, they would try and get her to come out of her shell, and she would react with violence and hatred. And she wasn't like in an orphan or being placed in foster care, which was another excuse a lot of our classmates kind of let slide because it's really stressful to be in foster care. So she was with her like blood family and stuff and was acting like this. She acted like a crazy person. Like if I'd seen her in the hallway with a shank, I wouldn't have been surprised. She wouldn't have had it for very long, but I wouldn't have been surprised. She was that kind of unhinged, okay? So people were talking smack about her. And I told my friend, I'll talk smack about you with her, because she's a problem. She's a problem. She's a jerk. She has no reason to be a jerk. She just chooses violence. But I'm not going to sit here and talk smack with you because Stacy over there is smart, and you're jealous because she's pretty too. But yeah. Quite the heroic bunch. Defeating a scroll. Okay, yeah, shut up, man. It's what's on the scroll, you stupid. And you cut it down, cut it into tiny pieces. I'm sorry, but a cryptic scroll and a pile of coins are hardly evidence of anything. She claims she can decipher the message. Fine. Pursue this. I'll spare no more Sunspear resources on it, and take her with you. She's under your command. Tell her she's an honorary spear, Sunspear. Maybe that'll keep her quiet. Okay. He's a jerk, but you know what? Out of all of the kind of tight asses we've dealt with in Guild Wars in general, just both games in general, I actually don't think this is a bad idea. Because, okay, he definitely doesn't believe anyone that this is happening and stuff, right? But he could be a rat, which is fair. At least he's a really decent rat, because at least his reasonings for not believing it could kind of be copped up to just being power play. You know what I mean? He kind of like can get away with it under table, so it's like a very underhanded way to it. Or he's being, but like having her being an honorary spear member, keeping her close, having her decipher it, keeping it quiet would probably be very good. Because if there is a spirit or war marshal involved, which we know there is, then this needs to be kept quiet into the smallest group possible until you can figure out what's going on. So him bringing us, not bringing other Sun Spears might be better, assuming he's on our side, because you wouldn't want the enemy knowing that you smell a rat, you know? By the 5, is the very girl still around? Allows any wet-nosed puppy into the ranks. Well, I mean, yeah, why not? Got another hero unlock. Cool. I also like how he's like, she just lets anyone in. Well, actually, you let her in because you told me to tell her she's an honorary experiment. So, like, I mean, technically speaking, you let the puppy in. I will gladly take care of this said puppy, but you technically did it. So I'm going to make her your problem. I will gladly take this new puppy. I love puppies. And I would love to think that she's behind us watching this whole endeavor while I refer to her as a puppy. Like, I have little grabby hands, like, yeah, give me puppy. She just looks at me like, I'm an adult woman, how dare you? It looks like the cryptic scroll pieces you found point in the direction of the cliffs. If she's going to lead someone out on the wild drake chase, yeah, I like how they use the drake chase. That's kind of cool. It might as well be you. Now get out of here and let me get some real work done. Yes, sir. See, like I said, he's a hard ass, but I'm kind of okay with him being a hard ass just because I'm getting the tasks done, you know? And again, if betrayal's in the air, which we know it is, based on the cutscenes that the player gets versus the real people in the world, in the story, the canonical characters, it's good that there's a small group of trustworthy Sunspears investigating it. People who are not going to betray the main protagonists, you know? So, like, yeah. It's kind of bad, though, because like, it's bad because if with the war marshal being involved, it's gonna be a problem. Do we know where it's at? Follow the trail. You say that, but... Oh wait, she... Yeah, okay. I was like, where is that? I should be present. Okay, cool. I can fix that. Give me a moment. We'll replace our Balthazar follower with her. Because what, well, yeah. Because I want to level him up, but I think I can just level up tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that on stream instead of recording, and I'll just level up these two, because they're both very, very low on levels. Oh, works out. Still very interesting context. There we go. Okay, it looks like these directions are meeting place. The captains must be gathering to assemble the cryptic map. Great. That means the captains are wandering around aimlessly looking for each other. If we find them, we can steal their map fragments. Ooh! That's interesting. So, okay, who ripped up the map, though? Like, my thought about that is, did they rip it up intentionally to have an excuse to wander around? The snitch! Or did they, you know... Is it the snitch we need to kill? Probably. Yeah, it's the snitch we need to kill. Yeah, it's a good thing I kept the other guys. Or is it a matter of, like, it wasn't planned, which means that somebody in the immediate vicinity... Can I get a little bit of heal going on? We'll do that. Ooh, that was good. I don't know what combo I pulled off, but I did something right. Okay, he's dead. Oh, he's a captain. Oh, there's the snitch. Let's go with the snitch. Someone's died, right? Yeah, I'm glad I kept the other two, because I couldn't remember what level this area is. It's level 14. And she's level 12. So the other two have to comp for her experience. Yeah, like I said, I wonder who ripped up the map. It looks like the scroll piece from some sort of map, making out a swamp. Is that a bog? Probably. Probably. I like how we're bringing her along, though. I like how she's important. That sounds mean, but I'm glad that she's actually an important aspect of this, since she's the one that... Okay, let me put it this way. She's the one that sniffed out the rat, and it's important to keep the hound dog that sniffed it out on your team. It's kind of like in Guild Wars 2 as well, the main protagonist, as the main protagonist in the story, your player oftentimes will smell the rat coming, and then they let you investigate half the time. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes your character has a canonical reason not to be there, and then everything hits the fan and things go to shit. But most of the time, there's a, you know, something to it, you know? So let's see if I can avoid these guys. So it's kind of nice to be seeing an NPC kind of going through with it, because obviously they're going to stay with us. They're not just a basic temporary NPC. They're a permanent fixture in our journey. Sorry, I was trying to debate on how to manage. I guess it doesn't really matter. Sorry, I'm gonna scroll in a little bit. I'm having such a hard time seeing. Trying to heal a ton. That's not going great. I probably should go ahead and get rid of the other guys, because the boss is going to be hard to get rid of in general. But we need to get rid of the poisoners if we can get rid of them. If he'll stop stabbing me in the back. There we go. Okay, I need to get rid of the lookout real quick. Can you go on the other side so that he's not, like, stabbing you in the back? I don't think, this angle isn't the greatest, but it's... I'm trying to get under the trees. There we go. There we go. Kind of glad I leveled them up a little bit more before I came and did this. My health is not, like, as high as I would like it to be, but it's not bad either compared. So, scroll pieces. Okay. Any information on this one? Or are you just gonna accept it? She's still alive, right? Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Yes. There's no reason not to use it now. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I bumped the button again. I always end up pushing in when I'm trying to push M to look at the map. So yeah. What if we can go around the top of the cavern, the cavern area? I think we can. I just haven't done it in a while. Normally I just walk down there, but I don't really feel like trying to deal with the pirates. We'll just go to the other side of it and just call it. Got the harpies to deal with. Pumped the wrong thing. Their armor is so unusual. To me, okay, their wings are really cool because you can see, like, where it becomes flesh and feathers, you know? But their armor is weird to me because it's so gold. And then Guiller's the armor is so black. Like, it's black and browns, and it blends in really aggressively with the outfits, you know? Like, it's not bad. Okay, thanks. It's not bad. It's just, you know, it's much darker a complexion. So it's weird to see harpies with gold armor. Okay, I take that back. There is some that have gold, but they're normally like the vets. Like they're like the big dogs or the champions. Or like the big, like, important ones. But like the normal, like, minions don't really have that. We probably should deal with the Bowie. Get rid of them while we have a chance. Knowing my luck, we'll go over there, fight them, and then all these guys decide to mug us from behind. It is weird that they're very close to the waypoints. Like, the resident... Because, you know, like, there's Sunspirit guards there. You think they wouldn't want to be doing business so close to what essentially is this world's version of a cop. You know? Let's get on top of that and immediately deal with it. I'm gonna stay... There we go. That. Try to get rid of the poison stuff immediately when I get the chance. Not that that's going to be great. Get rid of the other guys. We can deal with the plants later. Okay, now go after this one. Yeah. There, I meant to hit one. Not that it would have changed too much, but it made me feel a tiny bit better. It is weird that I see these. I might change the setting for that at some point. Because I don't know what those are. But they're players. I just don't know. I think they're players at least. I'm assuming. Some of the names seem too non-Guild War 2 to not be. Here we go. And here we go. stolen shipment. Okay, give me that. Alright. All the way down there, you say? Okay, well, take the long walk down, I guess. I think that's what we'll do. Next time, I think tomorrow when we do this, we'll just level up the 2 rookies. Take them into a smaller location. Or level up one by one, depending on what I feel like doing. One by one probably would be wiser. It would take longer, though. You have 4. So I need probably 2 more groups to kill before I get the whole thing. Okay. So this group and 1 more. Oh, I didn't mean to use that. I meant to go for 5. It's kind of convenient when the boss is not there. He's like all over here doing nothing but. He's on his lunch break. He's on his lunch break and the rest of us are working. You know? I'm okay with that. Go on lunch break. Let us take care of the bad guys and then we'll mug you next, okay? Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? He's so far away. He can't even hear all the dying that's like 30 feet away from him. Now he does. Look at that. Who knew? He could hear it when we took out everybody else. I want a villain that actually does that. You know what I mean? It's completely... You know, the thing is, that'd be kind of cool is if you had like a turncoat villain who is not really with the villains. Like he's like an inside man. And he is in his office. Like, picture like an Asuran, like in his office, like, oh, yeah, I'm doing paperwork. They're screaming. There's an Asuran who's smacked their face onto the window, screaming, boss, we're under attack. And he's just like, do I want the yellow paper clip with the yellow sticky note, or do I want the blue sticky note and the blue, you know what I mean? Like, he is absolutely just ignoring them, playing as if he's not. One piece more and it's complete. Yes, it's a map. It shows the location in the bog. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, he's, like, making it look like he's not paying attention, but, like, he's, like, absolutely aware. And then when we get into his office, he's like, ah, yeah, you took a long time. Like, they're there to extract the rat and thus distract him. You know? I think it'd be hilarious. What do you... This is actually a really cool looking monster. But, like, it'd be kind of funny if they're, like, there to, like... You know, like, he's aware. Like, he's, like, slowly packing up his paperwork and bags as what's going on, too. And then when he comes out, he's got, like, the paperclip, and he's got, like, the blue paperclip and the yellow sticky note. You look at him like, why didn't you come out and help? He goes, I was getting my things. I'm moving, and I'm going back to, you know, to the city. I need all my paperwork. We gotta have all the evidence. Well, you could have came out here and helped us, and we would have been able to grab your stuff faster. No, you had it. You know? It's like he just quit a job kind of thing, and he's just packing up his crap. You know, like when you see people getting fired at offices, they're just packing up their crap at their own pace. You know. All right, we're gonna have to fight him, or we're getting mugged. Being a courser isn't all about fighting for me. It's about the code. To be honest, I hate fighting. It's just not in my nature to stab somebody, rather use my wit. You seem to have the 5 parts, and I have the 6. I don't suppose the other captains gave you those to you willingly, eh? Well, I may be a little bit more coordinating. What say we strike a bargain? I give you the 6 piece, and in return, you don't kill me. Bargain, huh? We're already interested. We're already interested. We're always interested in bargaining. The bargain is simple. My right-hand mate, Savage Nimble, will give you the last piece of the crypt mask, and you let this coward live to see another day. Are you ready to make that deal? No. I don't see an issue. Assuming he doesn't decide to backtrack on us. You're a cute little bud.
Listen, protect me.
What's the matter?
It's all muddy.
Do you want to turn back?
No. I'm sure that I can manage. Kyan came this way.
What are Cornin troops doing here?
Keep an eye out. The General does not want to be disturbed. Kill any trespassers on sight.
See? I told you she came this way.
Congratulations can come later. At the moment, we have a real problem.
We're being attacked. What? Annie, what do you? What? Okay, yeah, I'm happy for you that you're losing one, dear babe. I've been standing there holding a tea at me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, see some free reward. Okay, so yes, we did see someone. It's funny that she's like, "What are they doing out here?" And I wanted to say when they were talking, traitorous things. They're out here being betrayers, clearly. But my character and her were talking, so I wanted to wait. But yeah, that's what they're doing. They're out there betraying people. But honestly, I really liked her voice acting. It was really cute. And I like how she's like itching the crap out of her arms, and I'm just like, don't itch. Like, it would have been really cool if my character could have been like, here, try this out, you know, like that kind of thing. Help with the bugs. Because I feel like as a vet, you would, as a veteran, like Sunspear, being used to just, like going into bogs and stuff, that would be something you would know. Here's the map Captain promised. He's instructed me to help you decipher the map. You must have really made an impression on him. Alright. We can't tag anything on me. You can't tag anything on me. I've been on trial so many times I've lost count. It can't prove anything either. Alright, so he's a mission thing now, story-wise. But we have reached our marker. So I'm gonna call it there. But yeah, I think it's kind of funny that she's like, it's like she's itching the crap out of her. So that was a good animation. I looked so tiny beside her, but I know she's standing on a hill and they had zoomed in on her because she's, you know, the main person talking. So that's fun. But like I said, I like how she's like, see, I knew I'd seen him. That's why we were investigating, Sweet Pea. We were trying to see if you were truthful about it. But even so, you would still need more eyes, more witnesses to prove that happened. Even if you were a Sunspear to begin with, they still would have sent somebody else and been like, hey, go see this with your eyes, because if two people see it, it's a lot harder to argue. You know, and it can't be seen as a one-off. Alright, so I'm gonna switch to Tomb Raider, I think, is the next lineup. I might do... I kind of want to do Guild Wars 2 first, because I'm still not quite awake. I feel like my hands aren't ready for Tomb Raider. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do Guild Wars 2 first.
And we can just dance the night away.